My name is Jaden Henderson, and this is the First Amendment. Now, the first thing we're going to be talking about today is freedom of speech. Now, the definition of freedom of speech is a principle that supports the freedom of an individual or community to articulate their opinions and ideas without fear of retaliation, censorship, or legal sanction. Another way to say that is the right to express information, ideas, and opinions. All right, now, the thing about freedom of speech is it's pretty limited. There's a couple of things in freedom of speech that just you can't do. It's no-no, all right? So, first one, inciting actions that would cause harm to others, or distress. For instance, in Shinek versus United States, in the case, a man shouted fire in a theater and it caused harm and distress to other people. That is illegal. That's a no-no. You can't do that one. All right. Now, the next one is freedom of press. Now, freedom of press is the right to circulate opinions in print without censorship by the government. Freedom of press can be taken advantage of in many ways by news companies distributing or broadcasting fake stories or news. Not the next one, but freedom of press doesn't cover leaking of sources in federal law, so that's also a no-no. All right, now freedom of religion. That's a really good one. So basically, we have the right to practice whatever religion we want, whatever thing, as long. The only problem with that is we can express whatever religion we want as long as we don't harm others, like human sacrifices. That's not a thing. No, we don't want that in our country. Another case that that went along with the whole harming others thing, Reynolds versus United States. That was a bad one. All right, now the next one, the right to peacefully assemble. So that means to collectively express, protest, and petition the government for redress of grievances. The key word to this is peacefully assemble. So basically, if somebody goes out there and starts shooting up people, I'm peacefully assembling. No, that's not peaceful. That's very aggressive. So we don't want to do that, all right? So it doesn't cover violent protests. All right, now the next thing we're going to cover is rights not covered by the First Amendment. And we kind of already covered this, but we're just going to cover it in a little bit more depth. So one thing is supporting terrorism. Obviously, you can't do that. If a person supports a terrorist group, it's considered treason against that country. So, well, at least in the United States it is. So even if it were to offer, even if the terrorist viewpoint were to be something more peaceful, if it were a peaceful alternative to a conflict, it's still bad, still considered treason. Another one, inciting violence. We already talked about this. The First Amendment does not cover inciting violence. For example, if a person posted on social media that they were going to harm someone, that would be considered inciting violence. And the next one is defamation, and that means an action of damaging the good reputation of someone. So that's if you really badly burn someone, no, not really. Anyways, that's all the time I have for today. Good night, America, and thank you to our soldiers.